the very recently retired Anquan Boldin, joining us live now on SportsCenter. Anquan, what does it mean to see your peers say these things about you?
For me, it means a lot. It shows the respect that those guys have for you. So just seeing the comments that guys have made over the last couple hours, it means a lot to me.
Anquan, I want to look at the last line of your retirement statement, which we read earlier on the show. It says, "My life's purpose is bigger than football." What is your life's purpose?
Well, my life purpose is to honor God and to serve people. And I feel like right now that's where I am in my life. Throughout my career, the NFL has done a great job of allowing me the platform to be able to serve others and to help people in many different ways. But I feel like now my passion for people outweighs my passion for playing football.
So how do you plan to execute that passion for people?
Well, I'll continue to do the work that I've been doing thus far, advocating for those that don't have a voice, doing more humanitarian work, whether it be here in the States or outside of this country. But like I said, my life's passion and my life is bigger than football. I love playing the game of football. I love the lessons that you learn from playing football. But I think for me, it's time to take that into another realm.
And for those that don't know, Boldin has been honored as such as NFL's 2015 Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, which is always given to a player who does great foundational work and serves his community. But I want to ask you, Anquan, we spoke a little earlier with our insider, Josina Anderson, who talked with the Bills organization, who said that they were shocked at this announcement. How did the timing of this decision coincide with your recent signing with Buffalo?
Well, for me, it's been something that I've been dealing with for a couple of years now. To be honest with you, it's not just a decision that I came up with last night. Um, like I said, there's a passion in me to help others, and seeing where our country is at this point, I think there's no better time than right now. Um, as we all know, there's a lot going on right now in this country. And for me, it breaks my heart to see how divided we are as a country. I think that we're all equal. And for me, I'm going to try to advocate and make sure that we all have equal rights.
How much do you think you, as one man, can do to help repair some things in our country that have been going on for hundreds of years?
Well, I would be naive to think that I can fix all of the problems that we have going on in this country. But I definitely think it's my job to do my part. And I will try to gather as many people as possible to help me with that. And I think, like I said, I think that the NFL can play a part in that as well. I think a lot of times people look at us as players and they think the sole responsibility should be placed on us. But for me, I would like to call not only players, but owners, coaches, and management to step up to the challenge of making this world a better place. I think the reason we all play sports is because we feel like sports should be a microcosm of what this world should look like. People of different races, different people of different creeds, different backgrounds, different coaches, all working together as one for one common goal. And I don't feel like as a nation we're doing that right now.
You see someone like your former teammate, Colin Kaepernick. You guys spent time together in San Francisco. He was your quarterback, who decided to use his platform to talk about social change and have a demonstration to start that conversation that is still ongoing now. When you see the fact that he still doesn't have a job, what do you attribute that to?
Just that, the fact that he took a stand, which is unfortunate. And I feel like it shouldn't be that way. I think a lot of times, we hear, especially in the NFL, about family. I think every team that I've been on has expressed those views: faith, family, and football. But I feel like right now, as a family, people that are taking a stand are being let down by their family members. I don't think it should be that way. If I see my brother who needs a helping hand, I would be willing to go all out for my brother, no matter what kind of criticism I took for doing that or whatever it is. But I think as an NFL family, we've let those guys down who have stood up for what they believe in.
Why do you say that we've let them down?
Because, I mean, if you think about it, Colin Kaepernick, for one, has been a guy that has been ridiculed, has been blackballed. He's a guy without a job just because he took a stand for justices that go on in this country. If you look at other guys in this league that have took stands about, kneeling, raising a fist, showing solidarity, whatever it is, you've had coaches or GMs or owners come behind them and saying that that makes the locker room divisive. I don't think it should be that way. I think that most people have a false narrative about what the NFL is doing. Whenever you have these guys that are doing these protests or kneeling or whatever it is, doing the anthems, we have a narrative that the NFL is supporting them by allowing them to do that. To me, that's not support. That's permission, and I don't think God need permission to take a stance for what's right in this world. I think if the NFL really wants to support guys, they would get behind them in the initiatives that they take as far as trying to help out in the communities that we're serving.
Let's go back on the field for a second. How do you want people to remember Anquan Boldin, the player?
Just as a tough, hard-nosed guy who did whatever it took to win a football game, whether that be blocking, whether that be going across the middle to make a tough catch, whether that's making a catch between two defenders. I want to be remembered as a guy who left his all on the football field.
Anquan, you've had so many incredible moments over your 14 seasons in the NFL, but if one stood out to you, what would you say is your seminal moment in your career?
Obviously, for me, winning the Super Bowl in Baltimore stands out as number one because, honestly, that's the reason that you play the game. I played 14 seasons in the NFL, and every season my goal was to win the Super Bowl. And I feel like, finally accomplishing that goal, I was able to live out my dream. So I would definitely have to say hoisting the Lombardi trophy was that.
Real quick before we let you go, Anquan, lots of folks talk about this eclipse later. You have plans to check it out?
No.
Come on, man.
I mean, that's the big thing right now. Everybody's talking about it, but I haven't made any plans to view it. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
My plan is I'm going to go outside and I'm going to put on my Ray-Bans, which I don't think are going to help, and I'm just going to stare at the sun and see what happens.
Okay.
Outside of that, right? Like outside of that. Outside of that.
We'll let you know if Elle's at work tomorrow.
If I'm blind.
And if she can still see. Hey, Anquan, thanks for joining us this morning, man. We have a great career.
Congratulations.
Yes, and best to you on your next career, your next journey in life. Thanks, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.